Hello, welcome to Yoga with Lynn for Get Moving. I'm happy to be with you today. We'll go ahead and get started in a seated position. So if you'd like to sit cross-legged, or if you have a blanket that you could sit on to lift the hips slightly if that's more comfortable, half lotus, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we'll go ahead and start to settle in. If you feel comfortable, you can allow the eyes to gently close. And we'll begin with taking note of the breath. Notice how you're feeling today. Acknowledge what brought you to the mat this morning or this afternoon. And without judgment, begin to slowly scan the body and notice any places that might be feeling a little overused or sore or strained. And as you continue the breath, imagine the breath going into those places. So as you inhale to those places. And as you exhale, see them softening slightly. And as you continue the breath, allow your body to soften, not worrying about sitting up with perfect posture. Simply allow your body to be as we continue noticing the breath. In yoga, it's common to set an intention for your practice. And that simply means find something positive, like a positive statement, or maybe something you'd like to cultivate while you're on your mat and take with you off the mat. And make that into a positive statement. Something like, I am calm. Or I am patient. Maybe if any of you are currently doing homeschooling with the stay-at-home order, I am patient might be a lovely intention to set for your practice today. And spending just another moment here, just breathing and settling. Feeling the ground beneath you. And repeating that intention in your mind. And then when you feel ready, we'll gently flutter the eyes open. We'll roll the shoulders back and start lengthening through the spine. Draw the shoulders down. And then as you're ready, we'll inhale and sweep the arms up overhead. Bringing the fingertips together, exhale the hands down through heart center. Again, inhaling the arms come up. And exhale through heart center. One more time, inhale the arms up. This time let the eyes follow. And exhale through heart center. And then keeping the hands here in front of heart center, we'll interlace the fingers. And then as you inhale, we'll push the hands out and up. Exhale, rain the fingertips down. Again, inhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. We'll leave the left hand where it is on the mat, and we'll inhale the right arm up Lengthening through this right side of your body first, and then as you exhale, we'll reach out towards the left, keeping both sit bones firmly planted on the ground. And keep lengthening that right side of your body. You can take your eyes out from underneath the arm if you'd like. Just make sure that your right arm stays above your head. We don't want it to come in front of our body. We want to keep it up nice and high so we keep lengthening that right side of the body. On your next inhale, we'll come back up to center. We'll plant that right hand where it is, and then on the next inhale, we'll sweep the left arm up, lengthening. Exhale, reaching out to the right. And on your next inhale, we'll come on back up to center. And we'll bring our right hand to the left knee. Bring your left hand to the ground behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, we'll begin twisting towards the left. And as you twist, keep lengthening out the crown of your head. We don't want to let the back round. We want to keep lengthening here. And if you'd like a little more, you can take your chin out over the left shoulder, looking behind you. When you're ready to release, we'll come back through center. We'll bring the right hand to the ground behind you or beside you. The left hand comes to the right knee. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist to the right. And make sure you're only twisting as far as you feel comfortable. You never want to force a twist into the point of discomfort. And again, if you'd like a little more, you can take your chin out over the right shoulder. Releasing the twist, we'll come back through center, and we'll plant the hands just wherever they feel comfortable. They can be on the knees or on the lap, and we'll inhale to sit up tall. Draw the shoulders back and down, and then we'll slowly lower the chin towards the chest. Find your breath. And feel that lengthening in the back of your neck. Then slowly begin to trace your collarbone with the chin side to side. Then pausing at center, we'll bring the chin back up to neutral. And then we'll take our chin out over the left shoulder, just as far as you feel comfortable. And then nice and slowly nod your head yes 3 times. And then shake your head no 3 times. Then drawing the chin back through center, we'll take the chin out over the right shoulder, and we'll nod yes 3 times, and no 3 times. Good, and we'll bring the chin back through center. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, coming to a butterfly position with the legs. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can keep the legs crossed. Or if you have yoga blocks, you can put them under the knees. The feet can be as close to your body or as far out as you feel comfortable. And we'll keep both sit bones firmly planted on the ground. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, we'll begin to fold forward, leading with the heart and hinging at the hips. So we don't want to hinge at the waist, which would look like this. And that would be leading with the head, bringing the head all the way down. Instead, we want to lengthen and lead with the heart. So keep lengthening through the spine. Feeling a nice strong stretch in the hips. And then find your breath here. The hands can be on the feet. If you'd like, you can walk the hands forward. And on the next inhale, we'll walk the hands in. We'll keep the right foot pulled in, the right knee bent, and we'll extend the left leg straight out forward, coming straight out from that left hip. Sit bones evenly planted, and we'll square our shoulders over the extended leg. Inhale, sit up tall, draw the shoulders back and back and down. Excuse me. And then slowly begin to fold forward again, leading with the heart. Feeling a nice strong stretch in the hamstring of that extended leg. If you start to feel any discomfort, simply back out of it with any pose. We never want to push to the point of discomfort, certainly not to the point of pain. And keep breathing into that hamstring as it stretches. On your next inhale, we'll walk the hands in to sit up. We'll leave the left hand on the left leg. Maybe it's on the shin, maybe it's on the thigh. And we'll twist slightly towards the right. And inhale, sweep the right arm up. Nice and long, and then over. Keeping the arm up alongside the ear. We don't want to bring the arm in front of the face. And then maybe you start to reach towards that left foot. Making sure you're not collapsing through the ribs. We want to keep lengthening through the spine. And on the inhale, we'll come on back up. Square the shoulders, center, and we'll extend the right leg out straight in front of you, and we'll pull the left foot into the right thigh. Square your shoulders over the extended leg. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale, begin to fold forward, leading with the heart. When you're ready, we'll inhale, walking the hands in, coming back up, and then we'll plant that right hand wherever it feels comfortable on the extended right leg. And we'll inhale to sweep the left arm up and over. Taking that slight twist to the left and keeping the left arm up along the ear. And we'll inhale to come back up to center. Good. Coming around to a tabletop position or hands and knees. The hands will be spread nice and wide, fingertips spread nice and wide. Knees underneath the hips. hands underneath the shoulders, and we'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, we lift the head, lower the belly button, and lift the tailbone. And if you think of a cow, you can see their hip bones sticking up, and that's how you can remember that this pose is cow. As you exhale, we'll lower the head, lift the belly, and tuck the tailbone under. The back rises to cat. You think of a Halloween cat, how their back rises up. Moving through these with the breath, inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. Inhaling to cow, and exhaling to cat. One more round. Inhale to cow, and we'll exhale to cat. And then moving into a neutral spine. We'll extend the left foot back with the toes on the mat and begin pushing back through the heel, waking up the calf muscle, sending the breath to the calf. And then we'll lift that left leg up only to hip height with the toes pointing down. You can stay right here, or you can extend the right arm straight out in front of you like you're going to shake someone's hand. And we'll pause here with the breath. Pushing into the pads of the fingertips on that left hand. And then nice and slow and controlled, we'll begin to bend the left knee, bringing the toes up towards the roof, or towards the sky. And then we'll reach the right hand back and see if you can find the foot. Keeping the square, the shoulders square to the front of the mat. If you find that foot, begin to push the foot into the hand. And see if you can locate the quads of the left leg, so those muscles in the front of that left thigh. When you're ready to release, we'll take everything out long, nice and slow. And we'll put it down. You can flip the palms. You can bend your elbows here. And then when you're ready, meeting back in a neutral spine, we'll extend the right foot back, toes on the mat, pushing through the heel. And then nice and slow, begin to lift that leg up to hip height. And we'll extend the left arm straight out in front. Find your breath. Don't be afraid to smile. And then nice and slow, begin to bend that right knee. Toes go up towards the air. And we reach the left hand back. See if you can find the foot. And then we'll push the foot into the hand, isolating the quadricep, so that front part of the thigh. Pushing into the pad of the fingertips on your right hand. Releasing, taking everything out long. And then we'll put it all back down. Coming back to our neutral spine and tabletop. As we prepare to thread the needle. So in thread the needle, what we do first is we'll inhale and sweep the left arm up into the sky. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the hand down, bringing it through the space between the wrist and the knee, and bring that left shoulder and ear all the way down. And we'll extend the right arm overhead, or you can take that arm back around the back. Find the breath. Then bringing the right hand back in underneath the shoulder, we'll push into the ground to lift up, and we'll sweep the left arm back up. And place it back down. And what we do on one side, we must always do on the other side. So from our neutral tabletop, we'll inhale, sweep the right arm up, and then exhaling, thread the needle, bringing the right shoulder and ear down to the mat, extending the left arm, or bringing it back around your back. And when you're ready to come out of it, we bring the left hand back in under the shoulder, sweep that right arm back up, and plant it down. Now, let's bring the knees out nice and wide to the width of the mat, and we'll bring the big toes together. And then slowly sink your hips back to the feet. If this isn't comfortable, you can have a blanket or a pillow in between the back of your calves and your thighs. And then we walk the hands forward and bring your forehead all the way down. Coming to our first child's pose. And find the breath in your child's pose. Keep child's pose in mind as we begin moving through our standing poses. Child's pose is your safe place. It's your break time. If you need to pause at any time during the practice, you can take a child's pose at any time. It's a great place to reconnect to the breath or reconnect to your intention. Or if we're working through something that's just not working for your body today, a child's pose is a great option to stay present and involved in the practice. So when you're ready, we'll walk the hands in from child's pose. Come on up to the hands and the knees, and then we'll walk the hands forward slightly, about one palm print, and then tuck the toes under, coming to a plank. Inhaling, we'll lift the hips, coming to our first downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, our heels are reaching towards the floor. The knees can be bent if you need them to be. And we want to have very little bend at the wrist. So if your wrists look like this, if there's almost a 90-degree bend at the wrist, see if you can lift the hips higher, and taking some of that tension out of the wrists. The head is directly between the biceps, and relax your shoulders away from the ears. And then very slowly we'll begin to walk the feet forward, coming to the front of our mat into a forward fold. Inhaling, we'll sweep the arms up overhead, and we'll exhale through heart center. Inhaling, the arms come back up, palms are together, and then exhaling, we'll swan dive forward. Coming to our forward fold, the knees are bent as much as you need to get the belly to rest on the thighs. Now on your inhale, we'll straighten the legs and come to a flat back. So bringing the spine and the head parallel to the floor, and then exhaling, we'll fold. Planting your hands, we'll step the left foot back nice and far, and then go ahead and lower that knee. Bringing the top of the left foot to the mat. The right knee is directly above the right ankle. Hips are square to the front of the mat, and we'll rise up. The hands can come to the front thigh, to heart center, or if you'd like, you can inhale the arms up overhead. Keep lowering the tailbone. Feeling a nice stretch in the front of the hip of that leg that's extended back. One more time, take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, we'll lower the hands to the mat. Tuck the left toes, come up off of the knee, and we'll send the right foot back to meet the left. And here we'll move through what's commonly called a Vinyasa. You have options. I'll walk you through knees, chest, chin. You'll lower the knees. Keeping the elbows in nice and close. Think of them like a grasshopper's wings or grasshopper's legs. Elbows stay in close. We'll start to lower the chin, bending the elbows. And then bringing the heart space through the hands. We'll lower the hips, lifting up to a Cobra. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then we tuck the toes, bend the knees, sink the hips back, coming to a downward facing dog. Finding the breath here. And then either walking or floating your feet to the front of the mat to our forward fold. Inhaling, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale through heart center. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, creating length in the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, we'll step the right foot back nice and far. Lower the knee, top of the foot to the mat. Left knee in line with the ankle. Inhaling, we'll rise up. Options with the hands. Keep lowering the tailbone. Lower the hands, framing the front foot. We'll come up off of that back knee, step the left foot back to meet the right, and we'll move through the Vinyasa. Again, option to lower knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga. In Chaturanga, we take a plank position, keeping the elbows in nice and close. We lower halfway down, and then we swoop the heart space forward, coming to an upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, bend the knees, downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet here. And we'll walk or float our feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale through center. Inhale them back up. And take a slight back bend here. Coming back up to center. On your exhale, we'll swan dive forward fold. Inhale to a half lift, and exhale, fold. Plant your hands. We'll step the left foot back nice and far. Lower the knee. Bring the top of the foot down. Inhaling, rising back up. And then exhale through heart center. Check in with that front knee. Make sure it's directly above the ankle. And then we'll leave that right hand on the right thigh. And then if this is hurting your knee, you may want a blanket underneath your knee, or you can even take your mat and kind of double it over and place it under the knee. And we'll sweep the left arm up and over, bending that left knee, bringing the toes up, and see if you can find the foot with the hand. Feeling that stretch in the quadricep of that back leg. Keeping your arms and your shoulders square, shoulders are square to the front of the mat. Releasing the foot when you're ready, sweeping the arms back up overhead. One more inhale. Exhale, lower the hands. Come up off the back knee, send the right foot back to meet the left, and then moving through the Vinyasa of your choice. Knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga to Cobra or Up Dog. Tuck the toes, bend the knees, lift the hips, Downward Dog. Pedal out your feet. And we'll walk or float the feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale through heart center. Inhale, the arms back up, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step the right foot back nice and far, lower the knee, top of the foot to the mat, sweep the arms up. Exhale through heart center. Plant the left arm on the left thigh. Inhale the right arm up and over as we begin to bend the right knee and find that foot. The big stretch on the front of that back thigh. When you're ready to release, we'll sweep that right arm back up. The left arm comes up as well. Exhale, lower the hands, come up off the back knee, step the left foot back to meet the right, moving through your Vinyasa, meeting in a downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, we'll begin to bring the weight forward onto the hands, coming to a plank. And then we'll lower the knees, bend the elbows, and lower the hips all the way down. The chest comes all the way down. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Now when you're ready, on your next inhale, we'll begin to lift the chest. Keeping the elbows in close. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, pushing into the floor. Maybe you come a little bit higher in your Cobra. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhaling up. Maybe your Cobra gets even higher. Exhale down, and this time we'll bring the forearms to the ground. Elbows directly under the shoulders. Palms planted, coming to our Sphinx pose. And pause here with the breath. And try to send the breath to the small of your back. Feeling that back bend. Roll your shoulders back and down away from the ears and lengthen through your neck. Not lengthening through the chin, but lengthening through the neck and the crown of your head. One more breath here. And then we'll begin to lower down as we bring the hands in under the shoulders. We'll tuck the toes, push up to a plank, and then downward facing dog. Bending the knees, we'll walk or float to the front of our mat. Forward fold. Inhaling, we'll sweep the arms up. And exhale through heart center. I'll turn so you can see me here. Finding our mountain pose. So our feet are directly under the hip bones. Lift the toes, lower them down one at a time. Really feel your feet connect at all four corners of the foot to the ground. Roll the shoulders back and down. Hands by your sides. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale through center. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Let the eyes come up. Exhale through center. One more time. Inhale, the arms come up. Palms together. Take a slight back bend here. Coming back up to center. Exhale to heart center. Interlace the hands as you inhale, pushing forward and up. Exhale, rain the hands down. Inhale, pushing forward and up. Exhale, rain the hands down. Last one, inhale, push the hands out and up. Exhale, rain the hands down. Finding your mountain pose. And we'll slowly bend the left knee, lifting the left heel off the ground. And then nice and slowly, and it can help to find a focal point to stare at. So find where your eyes naturally want to land. And then just hold that spot. We'll begin to bend that left knee more. Keeping the knees in close, we don't want that left knee to sweep out. And see if the left hand can find the left foot. So we're coming into a dancer pose. Keep your shoulders square. And you can stay right here. I'll turn so you can see. You can find something to hold on to help with the balancing in this. And then option is to stay right here, or you can start to push the foot into the hand, coming into a back bend. We don't want to lean forward, that's a different pose. We're coming to dancer here. We begin to push the foot into the hand, making sure the knee's not coming out, and then we'll sweep the right arm up. Releasing when you're ready. We'll bring the knee in front of the body and hands to heart center. Lengthening through the crown of your head. And we'll place that foot back down. You can pedal out your feet for a moment. And then finding your mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back and down. Find where your eyes want to naturally land as we begin to bend the right knee. Lifting the right heel. And then start to bend that knee further. And see if you can find the foot. And if you have to kind of reach down to find it, that's fine, just come back up. Option to stay right here, or begin to push the foot into the hand, and you can lift the left arm up. Finding the breath here, finding where you can soften. When you're ready to release, we keep the knee bent. Bring it forward, hands come to heart center. And release. Good, pedal out the feet. Good, I'm going to turn again. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale through heart center. Inhale the arms back up. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step back, or you can hop back with both feet to a plank, and then lifting the hips to a downward facing dog. And we'll pedal out the feet here. On your next inhale, we'll sweep the left leg up, coming to a three-legged dog. Hips are equally distant from the floor, so we're not hiking that left hip up. And then we'll begin to bend that left knee, pulling it in towards the chest. Shift the weight forward onto your hands, and we'll lower the left knee behind the left wrist. So we're coming to a pigeon pose here. Go ahead and lower the right knee down. Bring the top of the right foot down. And the trick here is we want to keep the hips equally distant to the floor. If you want to grab a blanket to place underneath the hips, you can. We just don't want to fall to one side or the other. Now take a look back over your shoulder. We want that right leg going straight back. The left foot is flexed, so it's not pointed, it's flexed. Shoulder square to the front of the mat. Option to stay right here, or you can begin to lower to the forearms, feeling a big, big stretch in that left hip and glute. Now, if you're trying to get into this pose and you're saying, this does not work for me whatsoever, if it's working for you, stay right here and find your breath. If it's not working for you, you can do this same stretch in a different way. You'll come onto your back. You'll bring both feet up towards the ceiling, and then you'll bend the left knee, pulling it into the chest, and then bring the left ankle over the right thigh, coming into a figure four with the legs. You'll bring the left hand between the legs and begin to pull that right thigh in towards your chest. And you'll feel that stretch in the left thigh and the left glute. So when we switch sides, you'll find that figure four again, and you'll pull the left thigh in. So two different ways to do the same stretch based on your comfort level. Never push your body into a shape it doesn't agree with. Now, if you're in that figure four, just hold it for another moment. If you're in a pigeon, we'll go ahead and push with the hands rising up. You can stay here if you'd like a little bit more stretch with the quads. You can begin to bring the left hand a little more center. Keep lengthening through the crown. Shoulders stay down away from the ears. And you can bend that right knee. Reach the right hand back and find that right foot. Feeling a big stretch in the front in that right quad. Releasing it when you're ready. Hands come back shoulder distance apart. And we come out of pigeon the same way we went in. So we'll tuck the right toes under, come up off of the knee. Pushing into the hands, we'll send that left leg back up, three-legged dog, and lower it down. If you're on your back in that figure four, you can go ahead and start to switch legs. If you're with me and doing pigeon, we'll begin. Inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, pull it into the chest, shift your weight forward, Lower the right knee behind the right wrist. Left knee comes down. Take a look back. Left leg is going straight back. Option to stay right here or come down to the forearms. Breathing into that right glute, the right hip. It's a great time to reconnect to any intention you may have set. I am patient. I am calm. And sometimes if nothing comes to you when you are trying to set an intention or hold an intention, then just don't force it. We've set this time aside for ourselves to make the most of it. Adding additional stress or setting limitations on ourselves is not helpful. If you'd like to come into that quad stretch, we'll bring the hands back in, lifting up. Start moving that right hand more towards the center. We'll reach the left arm back, start to bend the left knee, and reach back and find the foot. When you're ready, and coming out of it the same way we went in. If you're on your back, go ahead and stay on your back. You can untwist from the figure four, and we'll meet you on your back in just a moment on our backs. We'll push into the hands, lift the left knee up off the mat, pushing into the hands, coming back through three-legged dog to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet for just another moment, and then we'll come down to the knees. Sit our hips back and make our way to our backs. Turn this way. On an inhale, we'll take the arms up overhead, take a nice full body stretch. And then exhaling, we'll pull the knees in towards the chest, wrap the arms around, and start to rock side to side, letting the ground massage your back. And then keeping the knees bent, we'll bring the feet to the mat. We'll take the arms out wide like a letter T. And then slowly lower both knees to the right. If you need to lift up the hip and move it more towards center, you can. And we'll take our eyes out over the opposite arm, coming to a nice gentle supine twist. Find the breath. We'll bring the knees back up to center, the eyes back up to center, the hips to center, and then we'll lower both knees to the opposite side, taking your eyes out over the opposite arm. Gentle twist. We'll draw the knees back up to center. Bring the arms back in along your sides and go ahead and lengthen the legs. As you prepare for your final pose of Shavasana or a moment of meditation, we'll lie flat, relaxing into the ground. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and allow your eyes to gently close. Begin to reconnect to your breath. Is there any change in the breath from when you first began your practice? Is it maybe a little more slow and calm? Maybe you got your heart rate going during our practice, and so it's going a little bit faster, but just notice how you feel. Notice how this yoga practice connected with your body. Notice if you're feeling any more emotionally connected to that intention you set at the start. Allow your eyebrows to gently soften. Relax your jaw. Soften through the shoulders. And notice the breath. This is where I will leave you for today. I hope you'll stay in your Shavasana for at least a few more minutes before inviting gentle movements and coming up out of it nice and slowly. I hope this practice finds you and your family well and healthy and safe. Until I see you again, hopefully in person very soon. We end with a Sanskrit word that simply means the light in me sees and honors the light within you. Namaste.